Hey guys, how you doing? The Bronx Paladin here, host of the Universal Order Show. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your interest in the show, supporting us. When this comes live on YouTube, please hit all the buttons, the bells, the whistles. Could really use your support. Today, we have a special guest for you, a shaman of the guild. She has helped numerous guilds throughout her time in Warcraft, and I look forward to hearing how and with whom. So, without further ado, please help me welcome Unmei. Hey there, how you doing?
Hey, how are you?
Thank you for your time and for agreeing to this.
Of course, no problem.
So, we are here in the Jade Forest, a lovely place. I definitely fondly remember when this opened up, and I believe in the Jade Forest we came in here from the airship and we just started bombarding stuff and followed, what was it, Lord Master Cho or something like that.
Your Master Cho, who speaks so slowly.
uh, I definitely I miss hearing his dialogue. He was fun.
You can spend the weeks with me. I hear it every week.
Yes, you have a lot that you want done in the Miss Pandora expansion, and we will definitely get to that, to the why, the where, and etc. So, as always, we start at the beginning. So, if you would please, where does the name Unmei come from?
Surprisingly, yet another member of your guild has a very geeky name. Unmei is from the Naruto manga. It is one of the phrases that was always used with the Hyuga clan, and it just means destiny, essentially. So it's just Japanese for destiny.
Really?
Really.
Oh, I didn't know that. And you said that was Naruto, right?
Yeah,
I tried very hard to watch that, and it just got silly. I got tired of the stuff that was going on with Naruto. I don't know. I could babble about that another time. Um, all right. So it comes from that. How long have you been playing World of Warcraft?
Oh, I started during Burning Crusade when the guild I was in was still working on clearing Black Temple. But I was not max level then, so I did not
Mm-hmm.
actually get to Black Temple at level.
And do you remember the guild?
Yeah, I remember the guild. It was Drunken Horde, the best guild on Ravenholdt ever.
So many guilds from Ravenholdt that are just transferred off or they stopped. Man, I miss a lot of them. The Horns of Shuhalo, remember them?
I healed for them.
Really nice.
Yeah,
Wait a
I
minute.
healed for them when they went into Nax. I was healing for like 3 different guilds when Nax came out.
But wasn't that just a Tauren guild? Isn't your shaman an orc?
My
No, wait, no,
shaman
it's
was a
a.
troll at the time,
Oh,
and
okay.
they made exceptions for guests, and I was a guest. I was
Okay.
not in the guild, I was healing for them.
Okay.
Some of the nicest people ever, by the way. They were great.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't remember any names, but yeah, I remember so many of the guilds that were formed because of a role playing theme. They
I
made it
think
really
that the
fun.
cattle hog was made by their GM or one of their officers, if I'm remembering right. But
Okay.
yeah, I made the rounds in most of the roleplay guilds.
Yeah, and there was quite a lot of them. So that brings us to the next one. You started with the Drunken Horde,
I did start with the
and
Drunken Horde.
do you remember the names of the other guilds that you were a part of before the current one?
I was in Drunken Horde for a long time, all the way up until when our co-GM moved from. It was a South African guild, by the way.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So both of the people leading the guild were from South Africa at the time. Sarathi is still there, as far as I know, and his second in command. Rian, I don't remember his character's name, but he is in America now. He's a Facebook friend. So
So you keep in touch?
yeah, a little bit. He does welding now. Yeah, it's kind of cool. So he'll post welds that he did. Like really, I don't know welding, but they look really nice. So I
Okay.
so I hit the like button on the welds. Like yeah, good job.
Very
Uh,
nice.
but yeah, eventually that one fell apart. Just, I mean, it had been
Mm,
around for quite a while and people moved on, but some of my best stories are from my drunken horde nights.
okay.
Like when our
And
tank tanked with flowers instead of a shield on accident. Oops.
okay, what's the story behind that one?
I'm not sure if it was hard alcohol or beer. It was one of the two.
Uh,
It was definitely hard alcohol the night in Nax when he couldn't figure out how to get to us, and we kept on trying to summon him, but he couldn't find us because he was actually an Undercity.
I mean,
It
I
was a night.
remember, yeah, yeah. I mean, I remember back in the day when tanking without a main hand because was I had unequipped my weapon to get unarmed whatever the weapon skill was for brawling. Remember those days when there was
Yeah,
weapon
we had to
skills?
have the 4 different weapon skills and the
Mm-hmm.
bare hand to get that achievement. Yeah, that was a pain in the you know what, but
Yeah,
I
that
got it.
was
An
okay.
achievement, really, Unmei? You got an achievement?
Oh, we are definitely gonna have fun getting into that because I am. You know how crazy I've been, but
Oh,
you
I
are
know.
definitely up there, which is always awesome. I find them to be fun. Well, in the past.
But I mean,
So,
after Drunken Horde, I bounced around quite a bit.
right. But what happened that made you leave or quit? Was it just people stopped showing?
I've never actually left an active guild. I
Okay.
have stayed with guilds till the bitter end when it's pretty much nobody has logged on for weeks.
Right. Well, that's what I mean. So you left Drunken Horde because they were inactive.
Right. Everything fell apart. Eventually people just, wandered off, server transferred, quit playing, just
Okay.
things happened. And so then I moved on, then moved on, and it's Ravenholdt, things fall apart a lot.
Yeah.
Because this
That
was all
does.
before the combining, so it was just Ravenholdt, bottom
Yeah.
of the realms.
Pretty much. I mean, we didn't connect to Twisting Never until towards the end of Miss Pandaria.
Hmm.
And it was so funny because I remember logging into whatever the palace is for the Horde that all of a sudden I saw all these Twisting Nether people and I'm like, oh, wow, there's actually people here. And I didn't see a single Ravenhold. I was like,
Yeah, it was like, who
where's
are these
everybody?
people? What are they doing here? They are on my server. I don't like this. I don't know them.
Yeah.
I don't know these people. That's my purse. No.
Oh, wow. So after Drunken Horde, do you remember who was after them?
I think it was there was a very quick change from a whole bunch of things that were basically the same people when the same 3 people were trying to figure out who was going to be in charge of a guild, and I think it was Cataclysm for a little while, and it was a
Okay.
lot of chaos until I ended up with Deprecated, which
Depre-
was my home for a while.
mm.
Deprecated was like 7 of us. Okay.
I
We
don't
were
know why
never
I'm
a
not
large
thinking
guild.
of. Yeah, I don't know. It's not ringing any bells for some reason. No offense to the people that are there. Do you keep in
Oh
touch
no,
with
we
any of
were
them?
small. Yeah, Squishable. I've brought Squishable with to a couple of things, and his girlfriend, Xylene, and a couple of the other people from there. I still have them on my friends list. They still pop up. We raided a lot in Pandaria.
Okay.
We were never much more than a 10-person guild, so we were little, but we all. It was a very friendly guild and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like half of the guild's still on my Facebook.
Oh, good. Did you have? Did you and the leadership have a favorite guild to partner with so that you actually could raid?
What we ended up doing is we ended up partnering up with Echoes Vazaroth.
Okay.
And so what eventually happened is we left our alts in Deprecated and took our mains over to Echoes to raid with them and
Okay.
kind of formed a combined guild.
Yeah, that's a smart way to do it. I think
So
there was
that
one
is the guild I
time.
was in when I ended up coming over to you.
Hmm. Yeah, and I was curious as to why the. I mean, I'm thankful because we don't want their kind around here, but I was surprised that druid friend of yours never came.
He is super busy. Him and his girlfriend have started a doggy daycare center, and it is completely awesome, and they are having a blast, and they are so happy, and I love both of them so much.
And it's a lot of work, but people use it. My God, do people use them? That type of service, that is.
They do, and they're one of the really good ones where they're out there playing with the dogs, and the dogs have like water features to run through and everything, and it's just awesome.
Oh, sounds like they have a nice place.
They do, and they're super nice people who love animals. So
Okay. So you went from Drunken Horde to what was the D one again?
Deprecated,
Deprecated, and then to Echo.
which joined in with Echoes,
Okay.
and then I was with Echoes, which was pretty much inactive. So I was raiding once again with the Boisterous Few because I'm always raiding with the Boisterous Few at some point during any expansion.
Mm-hmm.
And you put out the invite, and I was like, we've been inactive for about 2 months. It's probably time.
And we will uh, give them a turn in the spotlight. So the Boisterous Few, as has been stated in a previous broadcast, I don't remember with who, uh, they're almost as old as us. I think they formed maybe anywhere from half a year to a year after us. Not quite sure. I just know that they're just slightly younger than us because Lita and Ayotaka have been running that place for a while. And I mean, I've known them before the guild, but I think it was just for like a brief moment. Maybe we invited them uh, to a Serpent Shrine raid. Maybe. At least I'm pretty sure that's how we met. So yeah, they've been around for a long time, and they still go in there. And the one thing I've always admired, to give a shout out to a druid,
I know that
is
pains you to be
she.
nice to a druid.
I know. I'll need a doctor after the show, but jokes aside, the one thing I will always commend Lita for is something that I failed to do because honestly, I got lazy. I wasn't following up on it, and honestly, my head wasn't in it. But still, Lita formed a crossover community that actually worked. And that was something I wanted to do for when Mythic became crossover. And not just this expansion, for previous ones. And because back when the system first came out that you could create a community in Warcraft, I made one, and then that was my intent, but I failed miserably. Lita, on the other hand, performed beautifully with hers, and regardless of how many people they have in the actual Boisterous Guild, they always have a full raid with a community, and to me, that's just as good. So definite props to Lita for that one. So you've been on and off raiding with them for a long time, far more than I have. I mean, I've been a guest in their raids a few times until, there was like, you know what, you hate druids, so f off.
Well,
But
the thing is, remember, I was in all the RP guilds.
hmm
So was Zeb. And so I'd go in a new
Sabrina was
guild.
too.
Yeah.
Oh
Oh,
wow,
yeah,
I
he
didn't
did
know
all the
that.
RP guilds with me. Well, not with me, but like I'd be in one and then he'd show up and be like, "Oh, hey, you're here." And then like I'd go to one and be like, "Oh, hey, you're there already." And we would just keep
Oh
on running
okay.
into each other. And like he'd be in a guild and I'd be healing. I'm like, "Oh, look, hey, I know you." And we would just constantly run into each other. So when he ended up with the boisterous, when they needed a healer, I was the one he would ping.
That's surprising. I mean, for as long as I've known them, I'm used to seeing him there. So I thought he was
I
with
knew
them this
him
whole time.
before the Boisterous.
Okay. I mean, that might be, yeah, that might be how you know him from the other guilds. But yeah, I've always known him from there. All right. So, like I said, your passion is healing. You
Yes.
have a you have a mage that you were using, I believe, for gathering purposes. And
Yeah,
even though
I
we've
thought I was
mentioned
gonna
it a
like
few
making a
times,
mage, and I don't like making a mage.
yeah, I was actually curious about that. While we appreciate that your passion is healing, you've touched upon others, but nothing has stuck at all.
I picked shaman at the beginning, and shaman has just stuck. I've been a DPS shaman before, but I have always gone back. My alliance tune is a shaman even. I'm not even joking. It's like, yeah, hi.
I am not throwing stones. When I first started to make characters on different servers, for reasons, I would make another paladin just to because it's what I knew. Thankfully, I stopped that. But yeah, in the beginning, that's where I was like, oh, I'm gonna have paladins on every server. Yeah, okay.
Like
So
through most of ICC, I actually did DPS, except I switched over for the healing dragon.
okay,
But I mean, that
yeah,
was
you
like the
couldn't have
sweet
enough on that
chain
fight.
lightning, that was the chain lightning dungeon. That was great.
Okay,
It was also
yeah,
the
that
chain
fight.
heal dungeon though, so it was great. It was just the shaman happy dungeon.
I mean, they've Blizzard has for the most part been good to shamans.
No, they
Um,
haven't. They hate us.
on and off. I mean, don't get me wrong. No class gets as much love as a druid. There's specializations of a druid that just completely tank, not the role, but the performance. But then there's others that, boom, it's like this is your expansion. Like, I mean, look at balance. Balance has just freaking dominated, and then Pharaoh was a joke, and then it kind of got a buff, and then people started using it, and then it's like, nope, go back to balance. Guardian, I haven't kept up with that. Lita would have to tell me how they're performing. I just don't have it in
They're
me to
still really
tank on every
nice to
class again.
heal, so I think they're doing really good with tanking. I mean, just from a healer spec, I love healing druids, but I love healing warriors too, so clearly I don't have any taste.
Hmm. Well, you hear from me, so you definitely don't have taste. So you and before we go on to the next thing, one of the things that uh, is so amazing about you is that no matter where you are, you try to bring out joy somehow out of people or the situation. Uh, you're you when things were active, you were on in the mornings. You hung out with whoever, be it myself, Keswick, uh, Rixie, whoever was on in the morning. Let's go do something or let's hang out. You would always come on Discord just to chat, tell us about your day. And that to me that's what makes logging on worth it when there's people to associate with. So that's something that you've always done, and it's been incredible how you've integrated yourself into the guild and all the communities you've been a part of.
He
So it's
means I
very
just
admirable.
moved my ass right in and was like, hey, this is now my spot.
There you go. You are the guild aunt for sure. Definitely a mascot type person for the guild at this point.
And there's our funny trivia fact of the night.
Oh, what do
I
we got?
we all call you old. I'm older.
Yeah, by a slight one, but yeah, we are the two seniors. Shout out to someone that was older than us when he used to be a part, Eric, but he's long since quit. So shout out to him wherever he is. So you joined the guild. You healed for us. You was a part of anything we did, and you still find time. Thankfully, because some of our days are different, you still find time to help out the boasters few, and you still have the energy even after you do our raid, you do their raid, and you're still perky and let's go do something, and it's like, I can't keep up with you. My head is spinning.
I did a lot of that without caffeine, though. I stopped caffeine for an entire year, and I still did all that. I
You
don't know
did
how.
great. So much love and much appreciation to everybody that's watching. How you doing? Thank you for joining. We appreciate you. So Unmei, you also have a very deep passion for collecting. You have physically wrote down checklists for your collections for the game, as you can see, folks. You have, and if there's more, let me know, like every raid, dungeon, zone, world boss, for every expansion, something that you're missing. Is that right?
I don't have everything written down at once because then it'd be overwhelming. I have what I am
Oh,
actively
okay.
working on written down.
Oh,
But
okay.
that's a little bit kind of crazy still just with how it is.
Oh, okay. I thought you had like a book for each expansion.
I do not. I've started to make a book of what I'm doing and I have it split up. So like if I get tired of Pandaria, I'll be like, okay, well, I also have all of these dungeons from Vanilla I still have to do. I still have to
Okay.
finish up 13 dungeons in Vanilla. I'm still missing transmogs from them. So I can flip over there, or I can flip back to Pandaria, where I'm missing, obviously the world mounts because those hardly ever drop, and then I'm missing the
Yeah.
Emerald Direhorn because Blizzard hates me. And then I have things to do on the islands. But for main continent, I'm done. So I'm just working on the last couple of raids and some weird drops and things like that.
I hope they drop for you soon to relieve you of your sanity, because there's one thing that I've been stubborn about over the years, ever since this expansion that we're sitting in right now. I still, after all these years, do not have everything from the Timeless Isle.
The Timeless Isle is a you know what? It really is. It's like, oh. And so, do you still have your trinket on you so you can go back there whenever, like, you're really bored?
Um, well, I think I do on this guy, but the way I do it is, and I know that this is crazy, I have characters sitting in the Timeless Isle on 3 different servers, so that I can like switch them and check for a spawn on different shards, they call it, I guess. And I believe, I don't know what the count is, if anybody wants to fill me in, for everything that's needed for the bigger bag achievement, but I think I'm down to 5.
That's
And
impressive.
unfortunately, and this is something that they thankfully did not do with Najatar, because they have a similar one. In Najatar, let's say there's a pet that drops in there, you can buy it, add it to your collection, and it counts. You cannot do that with the Timeless Isle. It has to have physically dropped for you for it to count.
Yep.
I can't stand it. But again, that's just one small collection thing that I've been working on over years. You are, oof, yeah, I can't keep up with you. You go all over the place, and it's amazing. You've shown me your book once, and I'm just like, wait, you did what? So
Well, in
if
the
I,
morning at 11 o'clock, I go to Antorus, as one does. And then I go back to I go back to the Hot Topic Vampire Land. I pick up my daily quest, and then I decide if I'm going to do it or not. Then I have the Shadowlands rares to kill. So then you kill the Shadowlands rares, you do the quests you have to do, you work on which reputation you have. Then have to go to Zandalar because there's one freaking mission table quest I haven't done yet, and I have to check my mission table every like couple hours. Thank God for the phone app.
yeah, I was just about to say that if you could check that every day.
Oh, this is not an everyday thing. This is like every couple hours. I am constantly have everybody out in the store constantly.
Dedication. I don't know how you are not the top achiever in the world.
Because I have traditionally not done PvP.
Yeah, I hate everything in that category.
I okay. When I first started playing World of Warcraft,
Hmm.
I was like, okay, let's go to this realm. This will be fun. What's RP PvP? And I probably should not have picked a PvP realm because that was long before war mode existed. So you could not
Yep.
opt out of it. So day 4 of me playing World of Warcraft, I am in Stranglethorn Valley.
Oh boy.
And you know what the Alliance used to do to Lobi Hordes that were there.
Yep.
However, I was in the Drunken Horde, and they happened to be bored that night.
Uh-oh.
And that was the first time I ever saw Stormwind fall.
Okay. They're like, oh, they're picking on me. Okay, we'll go sack their castle for you. Don't worry about it.
They killed them, they camped them, they killed them again, they camped them, killed them, all the way back to Stormwind, and then destroyed Stormwind. And like, okay, we're done for the night. It's like, okay, thank you. That was kind of crazy.
That sounds fun. Now
But
that I
I
think
have
about
never
it.
been good at
Oh
PvP,
no.
and I've gotten a little bit better at it. So in all those RP guilds, there was one where you were required to PvP, and I'm like, Sam, what the
Okay.
frick is going on here? He's like, well, just I don't know. I'm like, my character's a pacifist, so I only healed no damage. I panicked. I didn't know what to say.
You went with what you got.
I went with pacifist because, of course, it made me. I don't know. Maybe it made sense, but it got me out of PvPing, and that was the important part.
Yeah, you're a combat medic. There you go. You're out there in the front lines. You heal, and you're not the one swinging.
No, I was just healing. I only healed, but if you have someone who's only healing, they're not as good. So like, it was like I was kind of like left to just be by myself. It's like, thank you. That's what I wanted.
Oh man. One day I think they might have added another kill a faction leader thing in the achievements. Maybe we could do that one day as a guild. You could just sit there and
Oh, we
kill.
totally need to do that as a guild.
Was
That would
it
be fun.
as a horde? Do we have to kill Turalian? Is that the new one that they added?
Probably. We need to do that.
Yeah, for some reason I'm drawing a blank, but I just vaguely remember that somebody was added. I don't know. I will say I don't. Okay, you know me. Most of the people watching know me. I go for achievements, or I used to. This expansion, I kind of just took a break from it because I was losing my mind trying to go for all of these things, and I've done so very little in this expansion. I mean, my God, you have done an incredible amount of things. One of the I definitely want to talk about with you in a minute, but yeah, I've kind of just shut my brain off and said, yeah, I'm just taking a break this expansion, which I think we're all doing, especially Blizzard. Can we have something, please? Just give us a Hallian. Just throw a dragon in the jailer's maw. Something. Just have him guard Torghast. I don't care. Just give us something. But
Yeah, they're not going to do that. We suffer. We just suffer.
so like I said, the achievements, collections, you do so many. You go after a lot of the cute things and anything that's just fun. One of the things that you've been uh, really on top of, and I commend you for this because I lost my mind after doing it maybe twice, is you really went hard on the Tea Party.
The Tea Party is very important to the Hot Topic vampire, okay? Because that is all the Venthyr are a bunch of Hot Topic vampires. And the Tea Party honestly gets easier the more you do it. It's a little crazy though. Oh my god, we need Leroy at the tea parties. That would be awesome. You are correct, Animaker. and then he could just like all like Leroy Jenkins at the bosses that show up.
Yeah, I
But
think I
a
know that.
lot happens in the tea parties that people don't realize. Like rares show up, and there's different things, and pets drop, and
Hmm.
there's various. There's a whole bunch of mini quests. It lasts about half an hour, and then you're done for the week.
Yeah, and that's why I wish I gave it more of a chance, because I was chasing all the stuff for In Bastion with them, those people, but then I didn't really do the faction stuff for the other ones, or Covenant. Sorry.
Same
Okay.
thing, basically.
But yeah, I didn't know. I mean, you could tell me stories, I'm sure, about the Tea Party. Because I've only been out twice. I didn't even know about the. I mean, I know that there was like different events that pop up on the side to give you something to do, but I didn't know that they dropped a whole bunch of stuff.
There's
Have
a
you
lot of,
collected
I
everything
mean,
from
there's
that?
appearances, but there's pets, there's mounts. I have not gotten everything yet because some of the things drop from people that are more rare to get on your guest list. And as you get more and more rep with each of the guests, they're more just likely to be happy no matter what the hell happens.
Okay.
But when you're getting your rep up with them, you still kind of need to make sure the party is what they want. Like if they want a messy party, you don't want to invite them to a clean party because then they'll just be like, eh, and then
Right.
they won't be as happy because the goal is to make your guests happy.
Right.
And of course, I'm up to 4 guests, and so you have to find 4 guests that pretty much want the same things.
Okay, so match the moods or whatever. Have you
Exactly.
are you still working on stuff with that? Or
Yeah, I mean,
have you
there's like 13,
there's
14
still more stuff?
characters that visit, and you have to get them all up to best friend level. And that's like 5 or 6 reputation levels with them, and you only do like at the maximum 4 a week that you can even touch on.
Jesus.
So I have 6 of them now, I believe, at best friends. And that's with doing it every week and pretty much maxing out what you can get from them every week.
Oh, okay, wow. There's
It is
way
not
more
meant
to
to
this
be
than I
done
thought.
quickly.
Yeah, I can see that. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to log in one day and do a weekly party or something because it sounds like it's gonna take years to max all this crap out.
And it's gate, it's it's the one of the most gate locked things because it is once a week. You can only do it once a week. That's it.
Yeah, yeah. The other, or at least the people, the Covenant and Bastion, they're way more forgiving. You can fight as often as you want if you have whatever currency they take for you to do the fights. But I believe you could just use other currency to buy that currency and do it as much as you want.
Yeah. The event there, it's once a week. It's about a half-hour event, instanced, and that's it. And then you're done for the week. Back to farming anima, which I'm
Which
almost done
is,
farming.
wait a minute, I thought you finished already.
Well, I haven't gotten all my appearances you can buy with anima yet. I have a couple left.
Okay, but all the like buildings you can
Oh,
throw
that's
anima
long gone.
into.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, that's been
yeah,
done forever. Yeah.
yeah. You definitely killed that. I mean, I finished one building, the 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 table thing, to make it so that everything is half the time. And of course, what did it matter? I'm not even freaking playing.
It's on your phone even. You could just send them out on your phone.
I know I should. But I was so lazy.
I did not
I suck.
concentrate on that at the beginning because I concentrated on the tea party to begin with because I knew that that was going to be the most difficult part to maximize, and everything else I could pretty much get around. Transportation network, I have 17 million ways to get wherever I'm going. You know, I did, so that was like a low priority. The anima network, it was like, okay, how far do I have to get this up to get the things I need? Okay, everything else, it's like that's optional. Who cares? So I went tea party first. I got my tea party up to 5 before I got my other stuff up to 3.
Wow, very nice.
And then once I got everything up to 3, there's the nice reward that Blizzard gives you for killing bosses or doing world quests. So every time I go through and kill all of Castle, every Tuesday on Raid Finder, it's like 3,000 anima right there.
Very nice. Yeah, I should definitely get into that, just for something to do. I mean, I've been busy elsewhere. But yeah, you really put in a lot of work, and hats off to you.
Without a token system, this expansion, it's been hard to get the appearances you need from the new stuff. So I'm really hoping they fix that or bring it back or whatever for the next round. Because like there's one piece of gear I'm missing from Raid Finder.
Okay. And
So,
of okay, well, and you do that every Tuesday.
every Tuesday,
Okay,
all
so
4 wings of Raid Finder.
wait, all four, but aren't you looking for just one piece?
Anima. I need the
Oh,
anima.
okay.
And plus also if I do all 4 wings and I don't do normal or heroic or mythic or anything, of course, when I go to my vault on Tuesday, I have 3 more chances of getting that particular piece because it's all Raid Finder Castle gear.
Right, right. Yeah, that's a smart thing. I need to get back to the grind one day just to prepare and make sure I have a healthy dose of whatever or supply before the patch. But since we have like 10 years for that, there's time.
We do, but also like, I mean, it's a really, really, really easy way to get 3,000 anima in about 2
Mm-hmm.
hours with not really having to think because it's just Raid Finder. Like, I eat lunch through Raid Finder. I surf the web through Raid Finder. I'm not paying attention in Raid Finder. Except,
Oh, so you're one of those
no,
that makes others do the work.
I'm still topping the meters because I'm full out
Oh,
decked
damn.
in Raid Finder.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you could probably press one button and be halfway through the meter as it is.
If I'm like, oh crap, I forgot we pulled this. Let me blow 2 cooldowns. Okay, now I'm at the top of the meters again. We're good. Let's go.
Uh, yeah, I really wish they would remove it, but that's another thing. In honor of our viewers, what is your favorite food and drink?
Um, Favorite food? God, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I'm gonna go with sushi because that's what I had for dinner.
So that's your favorite food.
Yeah, I like sushi. I like different types of sushi. It's pretty good. My favorite drink, 100% Dr. Pepper. I'm a Dr. Pepper person, and giving that up for a year sucked so bad. And poison would be vodka.
Vodka. Do you mix a juice with it or straight up?
It depends. If you're low key doing, get one of those little Tropicana bottles, drink a little orange juice, add a little nut orange juice, and nobody knows.
So screwdrivers.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I'm saying.
Which
That's some.
incidentally, I learned how to mix a screwdriver when I was 15
Okay.
at an
Life skills,
actual,
right?
well, at church.
Oh, okay. You had a funny
I was
religion.
working the bar.
So is this the Church of Debauchery?
No, no, this is like my honest to God church. There was a bar, and somebody decided it'd be a great idea to teach me how to bartend.
Hmm.
So that's where
Might
I
have
learned to
to.
bartend.
We have to look up this religion. They sound like fun people. So the ears on your headset, are they attached or did you buy them separate?
This is the kitty edition, so they are attached, and I also have an app so I can change what they do.
Okay. So you, Danger, and Zazzle are all using the same model?
Yep,
Okay.
it's super comfy. Just by I've been this is what I've been using forever, except without the ears. So when my old one broke, I got a headset I didn't like as much, and it sat uncomfortably on the top of my head.
Mm-hmm.
And so then I was like, screw it. I'm getting the one with kitty ears that I know will be comfortable too. So got my kitty ears.
When you stream, which I haven't seen you do in a long time, do you have commands on the screen like the other two women do so that people can do something and then your ears light up?
I have not set that up. I mean, of course I could set it up, but I have not set it up. I
Okay.
normally just pulse them in various shades of blue. They're set to rainbowing right now though, because I was doing some other things on Zoom,
Mm-hmm.
and I kind of wanted to, make them rainbow for June. So
Okay, that's a sweet gesture. So, one last thing before we call it a night. You have a love of horses. Now, do you collect statues, miniatures, whatever of horses? Now, do you love just collecting them, or do you love the animal itself?
I very much love horses. I'm allergic to most things around horses, not horses specifically, but all the hay, the grass, the
Mm-hmm.
outside. So I can't actually have real horses. And where I grew up, I could not have real horses, and so I always had toy horses instead. So like
Is
I got the Barbies for the horses, and then my Barbies were just to ride the horses.
There you go. That's sounds cute, but kind of sad though. With you being, you love them, but you can't be around them. Now, is there? Have you found any place, a carnival, zoo, farm, whatever, that somehow was able to accommodate you to where you could go up to the horse?
I can take a whole, but it's like what I have to do if I want to pet a dog. I just have to take a lot of antihistamines and wash off really good afterwards. Like I love dogs. I'm highly allergic to them. Doesn't stop me from hugging them, mind you. It just means I have to take some Benadryl after. But I
Okay.
mean, so I get to see real horses sometimes. I get to go to real horse events. Um, I know a lot of people that ride. I know a lot of people that have horses. If I really needed to get a horse fix, I could.
Do you have any nearby to show people? We have a horsey.
I
Beautiful.
do. She's
Is
a
that orange and
horsey.
white or brown and white?
This is chestnut and white.
Oh, okay, nice.
Oh my god, you don't know horse genetics. God,
All right, I'll go jump out the window over there.
you
Yeah.
better.
And finally, Miss Unmei, again in honor of our viewers, what is your favorite Pokemon?
My favorite Pokemon is Vaporeon.
Wow, I was actually wondering if it was going to be Ponyta or Rapidash.
I okay. So I have a very large wall scroll from back when the original Pokemon came out. That is, it has Ponyta and Rapidash on it because they were some of my favorite first generations. But I don't know what it is about Vaporeon. Well, ask like Glaceon.
That's a
So
beautiful. Yeah, I mean, I'm a huge Eevee fan and all the evolutions. I mean, she, it is not at the top of my list, but is up there in my top three.
I let me see if I can.
Oh, we're gonna get a tour.
There's my Eevee collection.
Oh wow! Oh, is that all the I see Flareon, Vaporeon? Is that maybe Jolteon?
All of them.
Okay, Umbra.
So it's
Uh,
Vaporeon, Flareon, Jolteon, Leafeon, Umbreon, Eevee, Sylveon, Espeon, and Glaceon.
Wait, which one's Sylveon? For some reason, that's the
Sylveon's
only
the
one.
pink one.
Is that the fairy?
Yes, that is the fairy type.
Okay. Yeah, I that's the one evolution I haven't seen yet. I don't. What game did that evolution came out? Was that the new one that just came out, the Sword and Shield?
No, 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 no. It's before Sword and Shield. Crap.
X? Is that X and Y?
Maybe it was X and Y.
Okay. Yeah, I
X and Y
skipped that.
sounds right because I made a Sylveon dress for the same convention that I saw somebody doing a really amazing Xerneas cosplay.
Okay.
I don't think it was as early as Diamond and Pearl, was it? Fairy type existed before Sylveon, I want to say.
I think some of the Pokemon, some of the original Pokemon, when they introduced Fairy, they became fairies, fairy type afterwards. I don't know. May have been a while. And I think there's a member of our guild who had a group of friends that cosplayed as different Eevee evolutions.
There is, and someplace in the server chat that picture exists because I've seen it.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, so this has been an incredible ride. You have done so much for the community, for the server, and we appreciate everything you do. And we're so blessed to have you with us. And we're also very glad that you still have such amazing connections with others on the server. You know, obviously, Bolster's few as well. I'm sure they enjoy your time. And
Well,
when
I am
the
thankful you guys gave me a home here.
oh, absolutely. I mean, we even offered them a home, but again, I was extremely drunk, and then when I woke up, I realized, wait, I just invited a druid. No, let me take that back. We love you guys, and hopefully you'll invite me to one of your raids again one day. You'll take me off of your punishment list for whatever I've
Don't
done.
take him off the bad list. He is definitely on the
Yeah,
bad list,
I
Lita.
think I think after all these years, I've been on that list a little bit too long. All right, is there anything else you would like to promote out of curiosity?
Absolutely nothing. I'm just, out there doing my stupid running through like Maradon stuff because that's fun and exciting.
Oh God, I remember the original version of that place.
Oh
Oh,
God, it
I hated
sucks so
navigating that.
bad. You
Mm-hmm.
have to get through forever to just get to the entrance of it. It's
Yep.
worse than Wailing Caverns.
Mm-hmm. I always had a problem with that prison one in Westfall. What's that place called?
Stockade?
Yeah, there you go.
No. Yeah, Stockade, yeah. Yeah,
I
that one
hated
sucks
getting
too.
to that one. Actually, you know what?
Dead Mines sucks
Animaker.
too. Dead Mines,
Animaker.
yeah,
Yeah.
Dead Mines, that sucks because you have to go through that door that goes down, and then you're not sure you're
Mm-hmm.
going the right way, and ugh.
Oh, I've gotten lost trying to find that entrance so many times, as well as all these other places. Freaking Wailing Caverns. That was like a freaking hour or two back in the day. Hey, shoot. And then you had to run it like 20,000 times because that you had to get specific leatherworking stuff that only dropped from that dungeon or something. It was horrible. All the things
It
back in the day,
was.
but
And then in
whatever.
Burning Crusade, there were the profession dungeons you had to do. And so that's why I have spent half my life in Black Morass at one point because our alchemists in our guild kept on changing their specialty. That
uh,
is something I hope they never bring back because that sucked.
I I only vaguely miss there being specialty. Like I felt like I accomplished something when I became an armor smith for blacksmith, but of course it was completely useless. Everybody went weaponsmith for, Storm Herald and everything, but I was going for the class fantasy. I wanted to make armor, and it wound up being absolutely useless.
Yeah.
Whatever. So again, this is the amazing Unmei. She's accomplished a lot. She's enriched the lives of so many, and we thank you for your time, for your willingness to do this. And I look forward to many more adventures with you and the rest of the guild in the future. I am your host, the Bronx Paladin. Thank you all so much for your time, and until the next one.